Hello, everyone. Welcome to Your Story, Orleans. And I have a special guest here today, Mike Conley. Hi, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
Good. And he's running for Boyd County Commissioners District 1. Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for a living, and what are you going to do for Boyd County?
I'm a chemical operator by trade. I've been with Ashland Chemical. It's AOC Chemical now. I've been there for 31 years.
And it used to be Marathon, right?
Well, it started out as Ashland, then Marathon, then AOC now.
Okay.
I've been a union chairman for the United Steelworkers for 18 years.
Wow.
I've done 5 or 6 different contracts, negotiated with Marathon, Ashland, and now AOC twice. I just, my whole plan is just to kind of give people the voices that I give people in my union and my representation, and just apply that to what the citizens of Boyd County are asking for.
Yeah. Now, what made you want to run for?
I just felt the need to. I mean, I live in a part of the county that really doesn't see a whole lot of growth.
Where do you live at?
I live off of Friendship, out towards Route 3 in Garner.
Yeah.
And, I remember as a kid, this place was just, industry booming. I mean, that's what it was built on, and I'd like to see that come back. I mean, my kids, my grandchildren, whenever they, I want them to stay here. I want them to enjoy the things that I enjoyed growing up.
We've done several of these already, and that's what everyone is saying, that they want to keep their kids and their grandkids here close to them, so they don't have to run, to move and find better employment. That's a big thing. We used to have AK Steel, and then Marathon, I guess. I mean, I know it's still running, but it's not like it used to be, right?
No, it is, but, if something was ever to happen to Marathon, it would decimate this area.
Really?
I mean, everything is required, or everything is used with Marathon. I mean, we owe something to Marathon. Some businesses supported by it. It's the center hub of the county, of the tri-state, really.
Right.
And we have gotten so far away from that, and we're the perfect place to. I mean, we've got rivers, we've got highways, I've got many connections with people in different unions, and people just want to work. They don't want to have to go out of town and work. They want to stay home
and have a decent job.
Exactly.
To where you're having to work 2 or 3 jobs.
Right.
And then if you've got a wife, her to have to do the same thing just to make ends meet.
Yeah, my wife she's incredible. I mean,
Tell me about your wife here.
She works for Pathways. She's a clinical. She does. She's done everything from, Lord. She is a very busy body. Right now, she works downtown. She deals with chemical dependency, substance abuse, homelessness.
I love that.
That's her big job. And I mean, I don't know how she does it. I mean, she really has got a will to serve people.
Yeah.
And I mean, she takes her job seriously, and she's very good at it.
That's awesome. We've been dealing with some of the city commissioner meetings. We go there, and they're in there a lot with Pathways, and they are talking about the homeless and how better we can make things better for our whole area with that.
The homelessness part of it, I mean, that's a big part of what she deals with.
Right.
It really wears on her.
I mean, if you got in for the commissioner too, you would be dealing with that
exact
same problem. How do you feel like that you could help with that?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, we got to treat these people. They're citizens too.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's the sad part about it is they're just forgotten. And that's somebody's child. That's somebody's dad and mom or family member. And I mean, you really have to take into account that, it's sad to see that.
Right.
I would hope that the court could work with agencies like United Way, Pathways, and other ones to
agencies, by the way.
Right. I mean, and that's what's needed. It's going to take a team effort to do that.
Right. I agree with that. We've listened to some of the stuff that they've offered and what they're going to be doing in the future. House of Grace is really a big sponsor for them, and they help the homeless, and they've been doing a lot of projects, and we really like that a whole lot. What else would you like? What would you like to change in the area?
Jobs. I mean, we need jobs.
Yeah.
And like I said before, we need to get back to the industry-based.
How can we bring them in here?
Well, I think tax incentives. I think just the fact of people wanting to work, reaching out and making phone calls. I've done that, whether I win this or not. I've already done that. I've called places. I've and I'll continue to do that to get this place back on its feet. I mean, we have got a very beautiful area.
We do, don't we?
And it's just, tourism is great, but we need more than that.
Yes.
I mean, I want to leave this for my kids better than I found it. And I think incentive-based taxes, helping industry get in here, just anything we can to entice them to come to this area.
Right.
And in the long history, I mean, this is where Valvoline and Ashland started at.
Wow.
I mean, it's got a long history of good business.
Right. And here, or is Valvoline even in the area?
It's in Lexington. It's
what happened?
Everything's gone.
Why? Why are they leaving us for?
Well, taxes.
Taxes.
A lot of places and that's another thing.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know about how everybody else is, but my home taxes are ridiculous. I mean, and I understand it. I mean, the county has to get some sort of revenue, but you're getting to where older people can't.
Right.
They can't afford that. I mean, I've kind of got plans to where to lower taxes anywhere from 0.5% to 1.25% a year. And
anything helps.
Anything helps. And even on top of that, going pre-COVID and going back to what that tax rate was and then start lowering.
Okay, what was it before COVID?
I had to look that up and I couldn't find it. That's, mine is escrowed in my house. So, but it's still, I've got so many plans that I'd like to see enacted that I think of, kind of been swept by the wayside. I've got a background in fire service. I'm a member of the Canonsburg Fire Department. My part of the county, if someone was to have a stroke or have a medical emergency, the average response time is 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Some people don't have that.
Right, exactly.
The closest ambulance service is at Summit or at Paddle Creek in Calixburg.
Wow. So there's nothing closer. So you would want to get one out that way.
Right.
Built.
Right.
Like a little.
Anything. I mean, and I've talked to different people that were willing to even donate property to do that.
Wow. There you go.
So,
right there.
It's just getting out and finding it and hunting down these people who are willing to work with you.
Right.
Right now, we've got Rush Off-Road out there now. If something was to happen.
Oh, yeah, that's major out there.
And, my gathering from people is it's kind of an annoyance to them out there, but if something, it's great tourism for our county. But if something was to happen, that response time it's too long.
It's a wonder it hasn't already, because
hasn't.
that's a dangerous little. I mean, me and Michael talked about we'd love to go out there and
try
to.
I used to ride that when I was a kid.
Did you really?
It was free.
Wow. So it costs now to even do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a moneymaker. I mean, it is.
Wow.
I mean,
we'll have to go out there and check that out sometime.
Yeah. Yep. It's quite an experience, but I think we need to diversify in things we do. I mean, industry, jobs, just to get it jump started. I mean, we need that. I mean, when we lost AK,
that was a big one.
3,000 people lost their jobs. I mean, it was an attrition that slowly but surely went downhill. But there's nothing there anymore.
And that's what happens whenever it starts going downhill. It will just keep trickling down to where there's nothing again.
Well, and the sad part about it also is you had a lot of guys at AK that had wrote into their contracts if something was to happen, they had plant closure, that AK would pay for them to go back to school one time.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of guys, and it's sad to say, fast tracked to the Brady Industries, that program that they had at the vocational school, and the rug was pulled out from under them. You've got guys in their 50s and 60s that, you know, it's going to be hard to get them back into the job placement against younger
Exactly.
people, but that was going to help them. And
Right.
then all of a sudden it's gone. You know, I think we have to be wise and smart with how we
Yes. And not
look at
jump.
business and not
Yeah.
jump the gun and make sure that we,
Investigate it.
right, get all the bases covered. I mean,
Yes.
I've reached out to Menards, I've reached out to Bucky's.
Oh, yeah. Those are big,
Oh
two
yeah,
big ones.
there's an outfit called Wally's. It's sort of like Bucky's.
Yeah.
I've talked to through the steelworkers. We went to Frankfurt for lobby day
Right.
prior to the session, and we got to meet with Scott Sharp, Patrick Flannery, Robin Webb, and
wow.
discuss to them, hey, look, what can you do? What can we do to help you all?
Right.
And you know, they had some big things on the horizon that they shared with us, but asked not to share.
Okay.
But I mean, I've reached out to, you know, like them. I've even called Honda and Toyota. You know, hey, we've got a great place down here, right on the river.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you know, just give us the word.
So I wonder if anybody's bought that Ashland, that where AK Steel is. You know?
I seen something in the I think it was the paper the other day that they're in the works to do something. I don't know.
Now I know the Coke plant.
Right.
Ashland has plans for
Right.
the Coke plant, but I was wondering about the other part of it down toward the west. My
green-
dad used to work there. West
Yeah,
Gate,
yeah.
Main Gate.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
across from McDonald's there as you go into the credit union and
Right.
stuff. That whole plant there, that
Yeah.
whole area.
You've just got Air Products now. That's the only thing.
And that's it. And it's always been there,
Yeah.
right?
It was
was there.
a supplier to the
Yeah.
the plant, and then also outside of it.
So we need industry in here, don't we?
We definitely do, and I don't think we need to jump the gun on. We need to be very smart on how we do it, you know, and investigate it, because you know, industry can pay for itself quickly. But if you jump the gun, just like this with Brady, you know, we're going to be left holding the bag, and we just can't afford to do that anymore.
Yeah, how long ago was that when Brady that happened?
I'm thinking about 2 or 3 years ago.
You
now.
know, and it got so many people excited and
Oh, yeah.
hopeful. And then what happened?
They're gone.
What I mean, really, what happened? Does anybody know?
He, from what I understand, and you know, I don't know for certain that this has happened in several places. He comes to areas that's been decimated by job loss,
Wow.
and brings this hope, and then is gone.
And they let him do this?
Well, the first clue to me and several in the work in that type of area is originally they had the plant proposed in Greenup, down in Wurtland on the river.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they walked away from that and then went up to the Industrial Parkway.
Okay.
And anybody that knows anything about plant work knows, especially in a mill, it takes a tremendous amount of water to cool the equipment.
Right.
You couldn't supply it and that would be, you know, Cannonsburg water or whatever water municipality they pulled off of. They couldn't supply it.
So they couldn't supply it there at the industrial park.
Well, they said they were moving to the industrial park.
Yeah.
Well, they knew then. I knew then when they were going to say that it was over.
Wow.
There's no way in the world that they could supply. They couldn't keep up with it.
Wonder why other people didn't see that.
I think people started seeing it then.
Yeah.
You know,
And then it's scared.
and then it's just gone.
Well, what are we going to bring to you mentioned Bucky, is it Bucky's?
Bucky's.
Bucky's, and then Menards. Now that's a big
Menards.
outfit.
Yeah, I've actually reached out to Menards, and I've also tried to talk to a couple of realtors in the area and some landowners.
Yeah.
And I've got some landowners that have really been interested in, you know, not just that, but right around the truck stop in Cannonsburg. A lot of that property is still for sale. So, you know, a Bucky's, or not a Bucky's, but a Menards and Cracker Barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Be interested, right?
That's what
Because Cracker Barrel was going to go in across the road.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, they had originally, Doc Hackworth was going to put that in, and then he passed away.
Oh, wow. So that's what happened.
Yep, and then it just fell. But you could put that right over there.
Yeah,
you
right
know,
off the highway. That's
there.
where they go. You notice.
Well, I won't have far from church. I mean, my church is right next to
Everybody
that.
would be going to Cracker Barrel, wouldn't they?
Mavity Church, we just come right up the Cracker Barrel and go to eat. So.
Do y'all go to Denny's any right there at the
Yeah, we do a little bit.
Jays?
I mean, yeah, we usually do it.
I've heard that it's went downhill a little bit.
Well, they remodeled it.
They did?
They did. They
We'll
did.
have to go up there and try it then sometime.
Yep. But that's my thing. I want my kids to see what I saw growing up in this area, and I know each person has a different way of going about it. I'm going to be relentless. I mean,
I can tell.
They're going to.
I can tell.
They're going to know who I am.
Yeah.
And I've called. And I've got a long list of people that I've called, and people. I've even reached out to like Clayton Mobile Homes. They build those prefab homes.
Yeah.
To go to the industrial park.
There you go.
And they're interested. But they're not. They haven't committed anything, but they're interested, and at least they know we're here. They know that we're reaching out and wanting that to happen.
And if you get in office, you can try to make that happen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Along with everything else that you're talking about. Well, have you been to any of the county commissioner meetings?
I have not. No, I've watched them on TV. I've watched them on YouTube. I haven't got because. I know they fluctuate on time sometimes.
Yeah,
so,
I know. And we miss it every time. It seems like we've been to one, but we like to go to those and see what the county's doing. The city, we do the city commissioners meetings too, and we like to understand. And it's helped us to understand how our city and our counties run.
Right.
Do you have any? Have you had any dealings with like any of the commissioners? Have you sat down and talked to them to present some of your ideas to them?
No, I've actually just, talked in passing.
Just done your thing.
Yeah, I've talked to Eric Cheney some. All the city commissioners and everybody that's running, very good people.
Yeah, they are.
They're awesome people. I don't have a bad thing to say about any of them. I mean, each one of them brings their own ideas and their own things, philosophies of what they want to do. I'm just looking at it from getting people to work. That's the way that I'm looking at it. And I've got other plans also on top of it with, I'd like to see a sewer system put out throughout the whole county, and a sewer treatment and water treatment plant in the county.
Well, that's needed too.
Well, the problem we have now is we rely so heavily on Ashland, and Ashland just got an upgrade. But, a lot of the times we have to tunnel under Interstate 64 to do any type of work like that, any upgrades. So if we just moved it on the other side, we'd be in good shape.
You could.
And that's where, some of the landowners have come to me and said, hey, we'd be all for it.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're offering their land?
They would, I mean, I'm sure they won't be paid for it, but they're, they're on board with it. They know, anything we can do to get the economy jump started,
we need something, don't we?
We definitely need something.
I know we bring in restaurants and stuff, but that's not the pay that is needed. And I know we all need to eat, but we can just have so many restaurants.
Exactly. And you can't raise a family on that. And you can't.
On an income like that.
You can't, there's no insurance or retirement or anything
that's
like that.
That's what needs to be done. Yeah.
We need that. All those other things are great, but we need this as the core values of work in this area people who don't have good jobs, we can't go out and enjoy Sandy's or Rush Off Road.
Right.
It's people from out of town that are doing it. I'm sure there's people from here doing it also, but the majority of people have to work, and they can afford to do that.
And then it puts a hardship on them.
It does. It definitely does.
We want to stop all that. We want to bring in industries that can help feed a family and to be able to do the fun things like take vacations and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's part of life,
Yep.
You enjoying things. When my dad worked at Armco back in the day, we got to take a vacation every year.
Right.
We got to enjoy things that, some of the people didn't get to, and I feel very blessed for that.
Yeah.
That we had Armco at that time.
And it supplied a lot of different industries. I mean, AEP depended upon them. Everybody worked together.
Yes.
And it was just it was a great puzzle of what went together in Boyd County.
It seems like when they started going diminishing and moving to different places. Where did they go to?
Middletown.
Michigan and Middletown?
Dearborn.
Dearborn, yeah. I had some friends that had to go there and move, for that, and it was just awful.
Oh, it's, nobody wants to leave their home to go to work, but I mean, you have to.
You got to do what you got to do to support your family.
Definitely.
What else you got to, you want to talk about anything else as far as, I think that's big, that what you were talking about, bringing in industry, it's much needed.
Oh, yeah.
And for you to already have researched all this.
Oh, yeah.
Is amazing that you have got it all down together, what you want to do and what needs to be done. And you said even if you didn't get it, you would still be working
I'd still be doing it, and I'll help whoever does.
See, that is amazing. I love that.
Like I said earlier with the EMS upgrades, that's a big thing that I want.
Yes.
I mean, that to me is as important as anything.
Yeah, because that could save a life.
That could save lives. And I mean, you've got a lot of people that have retired and live out in the county now that they've paid for their home. They don't want to move anywhere else, but they deserve to have that type of coverage from EMS. And it's not EMS's fault either. It's just the way things have structured right now. I'd just like to see that change. Right now we have, some fire departments have a first responder who can cover until the ambulance service gets there, but I'd rather have it already there.
Yeah.
I've went as far as looking as, like bond purchases for citizens of the county to invest in the county.
There you go.
That way you got a say in it.
Right.
There's a lot of things that we can do to get people involved and let them know that, hey, you have a say in this also. And that's my job. I mean, I take that the same way that I take my union position. If somebody comes to me for something, I'm going to go do it. But I'm also going to tell you straight up, if I can't do it, I would rather you be mad at me up front and me be honest with you and say I can't do it, and then give you lip service and then not follow through on something. It makes us all look bad.
Them fake promises that people make that just to try to get in office,
Exactly.
and then get in there and don't do what they're supposed to do or say they're going to do. We need people in there that's going to work for us.
Oh yeah, and I mean, as far as like the property taxes we talked about earlier, I mean, I've went as far as to, look at retirees, public service retirees, firemen, policemen, educators, give them a good start to, a reduction in their taxes right off the bat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about that too. Like when we get older and, you retire, you're on a set income.
Right.
How do you feel like we should do the taxes as far as that goes? Like cut them, or, I've even seen where you shouldn't have to pay taxes after a certain age.
I would love to see that. But I looked online also, and I think it was Lexington that had a bill proposed to freeze the equity in somebody's house. So whatever they were paying in taxes at that time, for the rest of their life, stays right there.
Really?
It no matter if your house goes up or down, it stays. If they was over 65.
Right.
I think that was a great idea. But I also look at it as far as, some of these people, they've paid their dues. They're getting taxed on something that they've paid all their life. Why can't we work with them?
Right.
That's what scares me is you've got older people who are having to make decisions between, and especially with fuel prices and things.
Yes.
Medication or eating,
Yeah.
Some people aren't as fortunate as I am.
Right.
And that's who I want to look out for.
It's so sad.
It is. My grandparents, instilled a lot in me. My parents instilled a lot in me, and they care about people, and that's what you've got to do.
Yeah. That's big to have that heart like that too.
You have
to be able to care.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people don't care,
Well, I'm a born again Christian, and
That's
one of these
awesome.
days I'm going to meet my Maker, and I want
Amen.
him to say, hey, you did the right thing. I mean, there's
Yeah.
several things I've probably done wrong in my life,
But we all have. Who's perfect, right?
exactly.
And that's what I try to tell everyone. Who's perfect?
Right.
Why do we have to, I don't know. I'm trying to understand all this.
It's hard to grasp. It's
It
hard to
is. It
get
is.
your
It
hands
really
around
is.
everything. But I try to teach my kids that, hey, life isn't what you see with mom and dad. There's some people out there that actually struggle.
Yes.
And you need to appreciate and see that, you know, you've got it pretty good. And try to help the next person.
Right.
You don't do it for attention. Don't do it do it because
Exactly.
it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know,
That's where your heart's got to be.
that's right. You
If
got
your
to have a
heart's
serving heart.
Yeah, and if your heart's not in it, then it's not gonna
Exactly.
do anything. I mean, that might help them a little bit, but just like you see the homeless sitting, by the bridge or
Oh yeah.
down there at Burger King.
Well, you said that, and I know I had a friend of mine that had said something to me one time. He said, they're just going to go use that money on alcohol and everything. I said, well, you know what? My conscience is clear.
Right.
I said, if the Lord put that on my heart to do that, then that's what I'm going to do. What they do after that, I can't help.
Amen on that.
But if I feel compelled to do that, then that's what I'm going to do.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
you don't know.
I don't know what
You
somebody's
don't.
going
I
through.
mean, everybody. I've always heard this. Everybody's a paycheck away from being homeless.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
just never know what's going to happen
Yeah.
to anyone in their life. I mean, I've seen it before.
Right. Yeah.
And it's hard to understand.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's just there's so many things that I look at and try to get my hands on and
There's so
realize.
much, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
too much sometimes.
I mean, we have issues, with the county just doing the basics, and they do the best they can with what they've got. They, I'm not complaining about them. I know that they have to work in a certain budget, but we're losing police officers now for no reason. We're losing police officers because they are going through their time, and then they'll go to, say, Catlettsburg, or they'll go to Russell, or they'll go to other departments that has hazardous duty retirement.
Yeah.
And leaving, and you can't blame them because it's 20 years and out.
We don't have that?
We don't have that.
The sheriff's department?
No, and that's not the sheriff's fault.
Yeah.
That falls on the court.
No,
The physical court should. I mean, if you want to retain the best, pay them.
Yeah.
Give them that. That's what I don't understand. I mean, and I'm looking at something from working in a plant. These companies want to retain the best employees that they can.
Right.
So they give them the good insurance. They give them the good retirement. They give them to keep them there. It's an incentive.
Right.
You need to be incentivized with them. So, that's the part that I struggle with.
Right.
I don't understand why the people that are really putting their lives on the line have to play second fiddle.
Right.
And they shouldn't.
They shouldn't
and that's
have
not
to.
something that the sheriff or either one of them, sheriff or Mr. Daniels, should be worrying about. That they should be worrying about other things.
Right. They should be supplied to them. No matter
Right.
what.
I mean, they've got to work within what they've got.
Is there not grants and stuff we can get for that?
There is some. It really comes down to picking what you need. And to me, I think taking care of our employees of the county is a priority.
Right.
That you want to retain the best.
That's
you
what I
want
was
to
going
keep
to
the
say.
best.
Yeah.
Keeping them satisfied, making them feel like that they're needed.
Right.
Because they are. I mean, we can't do anything without them.
Right.
And then on top of it, getting out and beating the doors and trying to find businesses and making businesses welcome in the county.
Right.
Make them feel like, hey, this is hospitable. This is what we want to do. We want to come out here.
Now, can we do like tax breaks and stuff for big
Yes, we
businesses like that
We
to
definitely
bring
can.
them in?
Marathon, I don't know what the tax breaks are for like bigger corporations, but I'm sure that there's something that we can do to entice them to come here.
Right.
And that's what it takes.
And that's what I've seen in other cities and counties,
Yeah.
that they give them a tax break
Right.
for so many years to be able to get established and stuff.
Exactly. I mean, they're here to make money also.
Right,
So,
exactly.
you have to help them.
That's what you
It's
got
a
to do.
two-way street, So, yeah,
You got some good ideas there, Mike.
well, I'm trying.
Wow, you're blowing me away here for a little bit there, because that's stuff that us normal people as citizens don't think about.
Yeah. Well,
Really.
I kind of look at it from the side of, sitting down and negotiating these contracts. What do the men I represent want?
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to them. I mean,
Right.
we take notes. We'll have meetings. Hey, what do you want? What do you and we'll rank these things, and that's what we go after. And the company already has a set budget on what they're going to pay out. So you have to have the idea going into that I've got to get as much as I can for the people I represent, and if I don't, I'm failing them.
Now, do we still have? I know we used to have the technical college out there right down the road here. Do we have anything to be able to train these people in the area to do welding and big, good jobs like that even?
A lot of the high schools now are giving them weld certificates before they even graduate.
So they've got that when they graduate from school, really?
So a lot of them can go right into work.
And you don't even have to go to college.
No, and I mean,
to have a good job
I went through a trade school.
Trade school is what I meant.
I went through APT, is Applied Process Technologies. It was Ashland's program, and I went right to work right after it.
So the schools, it's in the schools now, and instead of just having a separate.
They have it at the vocational schools for each high school, and then they also have it out on the Industrial Parkway.
Oh, okay.
So if you wanted to take like a maintenance class, you can take that out there, electrician's class, get your journeyman's license.
Yeah, there you go.
You can do all that here, and then go right to work.
And hopefully not move away to have to go to work.
I mean, yeah, you go to work for a company, or you can go into a union hall and work jobs. It's endless for them.
Is it hard to get in the union?
No, not now. No, I mean, we're losing people. People are retiring.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people honestly don't want to leave the area to work. But they do if they have to. Yeah. I mean, you can't blame them.
Well, I'm retired and I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to leave, go to the beach. you know. But okay, what else? Anything else that you want to talk about?
No, I mean, just I would lean heavily on my connections with the steel workers and their connections with Frankfurt. And
yeah, I think that's big right there. You have that communication.
To
be able to.
We were out at the meeting the other day, and Patrick Flannery come up to me and he said, "You're a steel worker, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I remember you coming down and talking to us." I said, "Well, I appreciate you having us."
Yeah, that's good.
So they know, and that's what it's going to take. It's going to take, hey, you've got to get up and put your pants on the same way that I do.
Right.
Don't forget where you come from. And I don't think they have.
Is Flannery in the Senate, or is
he's
he
a
House,
rep?
House of
Representative.
Representatives?
Yeah.
Is he running too?
I think so. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not really certain who's up for re-election now or not, but I know they were all out at the meeting the other day.
I know we had Hurley in here yesterday, and he presented himself well too.
Yeah.
For the House of Representatives.
Yep. They're very impressive.
Yeah, very. And he knew his stuff too.
Oh yeah.
We were like sitting there shocked, like, wow. he kept on and on. He stayed here for like an hour or two afterwards, talking about things and what he wants to do. And he told on the show that everything he wanted to do too, but he got more extensive into it.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that the work that people put in to a government office like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, what little that I've done notes on, I mean, it's like a tide. You just keep going and going and going and going, and you find one thing and you find 4 or 5 other things that you want to investigate. Yeah. I've been astonished with what we found and what people have come up and talked to me about.
Wow.
It's been great. It's been well worth it.
Sounds like you got the support system.
I do. I've got some good, like I said, the steel workers are supporting me, and we're all going to knock door to door soon. So,
right.
I've got a great family. My parents are the best there ever was.
Yeah.
You know, I got great kids. I'm happy. I'm truly blessed beyond measure. But I want everybody to feel like I do. You know, and I know that's impossible, but you know, I know what this area can give people, and you know, I just want to see it flourish.
Well, you sound like you can bring it to the
I will.
table and talk about it.
My-
Let's bring it.
My phone's always on, and you can call me at any time.
Tip, I got a couple of questions I want
Okay.
to ask you. What is the biggest challenge that you see that you would, if you got into office, what would be the biggest challenge that you would have to face?
I would say probably opposing opinions. You know, and not saying that it would be a challenge. It would just be how would I deal with something that's passionate to me, not being to somebody else.
Right.
You know, just being able to work with people and getting to know, how that would work.
Yeah, that's. Is there a school or anything you go to if you do win?
I don't think
or
so.
do you have to go to a class or anything to
Not
know
that I
what to
know
do?
of.
You just go and sit on the bench and they tell you.
I guess you learn on the fly.
Yeah,
so
you just
it's-
kind of go with the flow.
Yeah.
I know. Let's see, David Salisbury's in
Correct.
there now,
Mhm.
and I think he said he's been in office off and on for 12 years.
I think so. Yes.
Somebody was in there, I guess, before or
I
in
think
between.
Keith Watts was in there
Yeah.
before him.
Yeah.
Heather Moore is running also, and Mr. Rice.
I have never seen the amount of good people in this one
Oh, yeah.
district.
You can't beat any of them. I mean, they're all good people. You know,
Why is it not like the Ashland City?
I don't know. I really can't answer
Why
that.
is it District 1? Do they have District 1, District 2?
And District 3.
3.
There's 2 running in District 3 from what I understand.
Do you have to live in a certain area?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
They've got
where
the
you
county
live?
mapped off at a certain area.
Okay.
District 1 takes most of Catlettsburg and a
Okay.
part of Ashland, and then follows the river up to the Lawrence County line, cuts back towards Rush,
Okay.
and then goes on the other side of the interstate and comes up through Cannonsburg. So.
And then 2, where's 2 at?
2, I believe, is part of Ashland and Westwood, and then the other part of 3 is Westwood, Ashland, Route 5.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's how it is.
I mean, it's a shame that we can't, have like they do and have 8 people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That they're going to be voting for
Yeah.
in pick 4,
Right.
because that kind of knocks out, some good ones that's
Right.
here. I feel like that all of you all are capable.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we are.
And everybody's got different ideas. That's
Exactly.
that's the big part.
Yep.
Which one are we going to go with? And that's what you're here for, to tell the people what what you want to do, not what they want to hear, but what you want to do.
Okay. This is what I come up with. As commissioner, my priorities are simple. It's just honor service, strengthen infrastructure, and take care of our neighbors. I will fight, like I said before, the 2.5% property tax reduction for active military veterans and retired fire, police, EMS, and educators. Because they served our community and deserve immediate relief from those things. I support a countywide property tax of 0.5% to 1.25% yearly, and taxes to return to rates pre-COVID, then reduce by that amount annually to help families keep more of what they've earned. I will work to expand, build water and wastewater with a modern wastewater and treatment plant for the rural part of the county. I also want to look at, we have the community center out in the county.
Yes.
Using it a little bit more. If we have to use that as a temporary ambulance station, fine.
There you go.
But there are so many companies and people that we can work with to, you got shut-ins. You got people who can't go get their medicine, elderly. Why can't we run a food service or anything like that? Just volunteer to go back and forth to some of these shut-ins that can't get out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's one of the things I've looked hard at.
That is a good idea.
You got a lot of elderly people that feel like they're forgotten. I haven't forgot them. Don't forget them.
Right.
I mean, that's
because they've worked all their lives.
they've worked. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
They paved the way for me. you know, and too often they're forgot about, and they're not. They shouldn't be.
Right.
You sit in a church house and you see a little old lady who, you know, is barely making it, but she attends service every day.
She's
you
very
know,
faithful to God.
They're faithful, and I mean they built this what we have now, and you ought to honor those people. You know,
Wow.
that's what's important to me. It's important to me that those that can't fend for themselves, that somebody stand up for them, and somebody has a voice for them, and that's what I'll do. If you tell me to do something, and I can do it, I'll do it. You know, that's just what my
Sounds
parents
like
have instilled.
your heart's in this
It
big
is.
time.
It is. You know, and that's what I need. I need to be serving people. I mean that it's not only a good feeling, but it's the right thing to do.
That's what
Yeah.
God has put on your heart.
That's what He's put on my heart.
That's
you
what
know?
it feels like to me.
And if I could use that as a ministry, I'll use
there
it
you
as a
go.
ministry.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
that's
you do what you need to do.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of times too that we forget that, you know, the Lord has His hand in everything, and that's how I'm going to do everything. I'm going to, if I'm not sure about it, I'm going to pray to God and ask Him for guidance on it. That's He's not going to lead me wrong.
Right.
So you know, that's where you have to be.
Amen. I understand that completely. Mike, you just sound like you've got all kinds of good stuff here.
I'm sure I have
that
more.
I'm glad that you came on the show. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we
No, ma'am.
close out?
I'm pretty sure.
I think you hit the nail on the head, or is that how you say it?
I get, yeah.
In many aspects that need to be done in the area, and I do commend you for thinking of the seniors and people that, because I'm getting older too.
Right.
But they're the reason that everybody else is here,
Exactly.
and I do love that part of it. You know how they have the community kitchen and stuff in Ashland? Why couldn't we do that at Boyd
That's
County?
what I was thinking. You know, why couldn't we use that facility?
Yeah.
I mean, you could go with volunteers. You could go with even high school kids.
I'd volunteer.
I would
to
do.
cook. I'd cook.
There you go. You have high school kids that are earning credits for college. I mean, you know,
Internship.
Yeah. Things that look good on a resume.
Right.
And plus, it teaches them responsibility.
Right.
It teaches them to you know, hey, have a servant's heart. Right. Go out there and help people. That's what it takes. You know, it's not always the limelight. It's the little things that mean something to somebody. If you just do something and you don't want any credit for it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Right.
You know,
right.
I don't want people to know what I've done. You know, I would rather do something that's right for somebody and not get any credit for it, but know that it was the right thing to do than to do something and have everybody live stream it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you've got some really good ideas.
Right.
And everybody get out and vote.
Thank you.
Next Tuesday.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember Mike Conley, District 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Boyd County Commissioner, right?
I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm going to ask you one more question.
Okay.
We're going to get off here. Who's the most famous person you've ever met? This is right off the wall.
Let's see. Excluding Kentucky basketball players.
No, don't exclude them.
Well,
who have you met?
I have met Waylon Jennings.
Okay.
Let's see. Think of a few other ones. I mean, Jeff Gordon. I've met Jeff Gordon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I used to be a big NASCAR fan. I've kind of fallen off of it since he's retired. So.
Right.
But I was actually at Daytona when Dale Earnhardt passed away.
Oh, wow.
I was down there on that race.
That was a tough one, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Jeff Shepard is probably one of my favorite. Shepard? Yes. Me and my daughter had met Jeff at Rupp Arena, and he came up and took the time and talked to her, and she had no idea who he was.
Are you serious?
Oh, she was just scared to death. And it was the year that Anthony Davis was there.
Yeah.
And he asked her, he said, whose team do you think was better? My team, which is the 98 team, or this team? And she was like, and I said, Megan, you need to pick this one.
This one.
He was just so down to earth, so nice. I mean, they were rushing people through, and they kind of, hinted to him to hurry up, and he said, "I'm not done talking to this young lady
Is
yet."
that right?
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
just very nice guy.
What a memory to have,
It is.
though.
It's awesome. You know,
That's
it,
crazy.
it was great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
I just wanted to throw it out at
I
you, see
appreciate
who
it.
the most famous person you knew or had
Well,
met.
Keith Whitley also. I
Yeah.
met him. I met Keith.
Oh, now I'm jealous.
Yep. Marilyn Mason, a friend
Uh-huh.
of mine. That was her cousin, and I used to carry his sister's groceries out at Jay's Shopwise over here on 60th.
Wow.
And that's how she got me on the bus to meet him and Lori Morgan.
Wow.
I think I was 16. It was right
16.
before he passed away.
Yeah, that's a big one to meet.
Yeah, he
there.
done a concert out here at the middle school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Keith Whitley did?
Yep. I've got his autograph. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I'd say that's probably the most famous then, Keith
Yeah.
Whitley.
A local boy too on top of
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, Elliott County, isn't he? Is he from Elliott?
Yep. Yep.
Elliott County?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mike, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Telling everybody your views, and we'll talk at you later. Your story, our lens.